We were pretty famous back in high school.
Trust us.
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast.
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
Hello and welcome to High School Famous, the podcast where we will probably talk about high school, but hopefully we will not. I am Matt.
Hi, I'm Sean. I dropped my pen, so I just picked it up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's
that's good stuff.
You don't want to be in that kind of conundrum in a lot. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sean, it is time to do the news.
Are we gonna call this bad news, or are we gonna give it a name?
Yeah, why not? It's time for bad news.
Time for bad news.
So, I will go first this time.
Okay.
Because you were horrible to me last week.
I was not this time.
Really bad news.
You should have no issues reading this time.
Well, I think I've proven in the past that I have trouble just reading normal stuff as well.
Right, like sympathetic and.
Well, yeah, my brain tries to go faster than my eyes do when I read stuff, so I tend to stumble over myself quite a bit.
There was someone who used to host at the shopping channel I used to work at, and I would always say that their mouth moved faster than their brain.
Yeah.
Because they would lose their train of thought and stumble over their words all the time on air.
Yeah, I'm really good at that. All right, well anyways, it's time for my bad news.
Bad news.
Ooh. I've been following the weather patterns super crazy lately. I've been tracking the planets and the stars. I've been studying the cosmos. I'm pretty sure there's an asteroid on its way here. This is terrifying, but I feel like I have an advantage in knowing this and have begun prepping. I built a bunker. I brought some lumber down there to make it a little bit more sturdy. I'm pretty sure nailing the wood directly to the dirt walls would be good enough. This asteroid didn't look too huge. I loaded up on canned goods and gasoline. The gasoline is in a second bunker in case of an explosion. I made those walls out of aluminum foil. It's super cheap, and it looks super awesome in there, and I've heard it will also block out any sketchy frequencies. I don't want any Snoopy Doofs finding my gasoline. It's my gasoline. I pumped it myself into gas cans. Then I emptied those gas cans into barrels. Good ones. Fresh ones. Then I realized it would have been easier to fill the barrels after I moved them down into the aluminum gasoline bunker.
They're after your gasoline.
I was trying to be quiet so I could
Oh, sorry.
edit that siren going by up. So, after much siphoning, I passed out and woke up hours later. The asteroid was much closer by this point, so I knew I had to hurry. So I got the barrels situated in the bunker and filled them up. They are totally full now. Lots of them. But nobody came to take my gasoline. I'm serious.
What?
I pumped it myself. You have no right. Oh yeah, back to the other bunker. The wood-walled one. Super posh in there. I have a couch, a pantry, an ice chest. It's sweet. It sucks. It sucks because it's so awesome, but I can't even show anyone. I don't want anyone to steal my bunker. It's so awesome, though. Gosh, both bunkers. So awesome. God, I can't wait for this asteroid to come. Then I can show the survivors my sweet bunker and all my cool food and gasoline. Fuck, it'll be sweet. And the sex dolls. I cannot wait. You guys are going to be so impressed. Stupid asteroid. Get here already. I hate my life.
Oh, those sound like some sweet bunkers, man.
They're great. I had to use additional wood to brace the wall wood though, because
sure.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to maneuver in there because I have, the wood against the walls, and I have other wood holding that wood up. My couch is holding one of the walls up.
Yeah,
which works.
That's an easy
one works out good. I didn't put any wood walls in the pantry. That's just dirt walled. So I just figured the food will stay a little cooler and stay fresh longer. because I made the mistake of buying perishables.
Okay, you didn't mention that.
Yeah, no,
You mentioned the canned goods.
Well, yeah, but they're I do have the canned goods, but not much of the canned goods. And some of those are perishable canned goods. I mean, canned goods will go bad eventually either way.
I mean, yeah,
they're not fully non-perishable.
But if you pass out for a couple hours and wake up and the asteroid is that much closer, I don't think you have a worry of your canned goods expiring.
Yeah, probably not. But I mean, no matter what, I didn't say how much closer.
Well, you sounded concerned at how much closer it was, and you had to hurry.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't look big though. It doesn't look like a very big asteroid.
I have a question. It doesn't look too huge.
I really don't know why I'm taking time to record this episode when I should really be.
You're not recording from the bunker? Aren't you in the bunker right now?
No, there's no electricity down there.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're gonna have a tough time.
Yeah, I mean, I have all that gasoline, but nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's of no use to you right now.
It's just, I mean, it's just so that, like, I've seen a lot of movies that take place in the future, and there's always, like, everybody's driving around in cars.
A lot.
And stuff. So I figured I'm going to need to have a good supply of gasoline for my future post-apocalyptic car.
Hold on. First of all, you didn't mention anything about the movies you're watching set in the future are post-apocalyptic. You just said, I've watched a lot of movies about the future, and there are a lot of people driving in cars. So I better make sure I have enough gasoline.
Yeah.
This is what the future holds. People are going to drive in cars a lot.
I mean, yeah. Post-apocalyptic futures need gasoline. Regular future movies,
I have
the more realistic future movies, the real ones.
I have one question about your pantry.
Just one, okay.
Well, you said you didn't line that with wood or make that out of wood. That's dirt, right?
That's just dirt, yeah.
So is there a gap in your dirt wall where you have like a built-in dirt pantry, or did you like assemble a dirt pantry inside the bunker?
No, yeah,
inside the wood walls.
Yeah, no, there's like a gap in one of the walls. And the pantry is inset.
But that's like a structurally, it's compromising the integrity of the bunker.
I didn't say it was smart. I just said that's what I did.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it sounds
there's
like...
a lot of things. There's a lot of things compromising the structural integrity of this bunker. Let's be honest. I'm using wood honestly, and aluminum.
But you're going to block out those sketchy frequencies, though.
If anything is asteroid proof, it's been proven in the past. It's wood and aluminum foil.
I mean, they sound like awesome bunkers. I can't wait to see these things.
They're all they're. I mean, you could see them anytime. They're above ground bunkers.
Oh gosh.
So,
wow. And
I should really go work on those because I'm starting to realize a lot of problems. I think I did a few things wrong building the bunkers.
You could be using this platform to warn others about the asteroid, but you're just making sure you've got yourself covered.
If at this point, after hearing my story, our listeners aren't going to take care of themselves, there's not much I can do.
True.
The biggest problem is that, and at this point, by the time our listeners are hearing this episode,
it's all over
because
anyway.
they already know that this episode will be released much later than it's being recorded until we get caught up. So actually, nobody's ever going to hear this.
Oh yeah,
everybody's already dead.
Sucks. Well,
I mean, anybody who survives, and they're just going to be upset of the fact that they're listening to this, post-apocalypse.
It could be kind of a nice reminder, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that asteroid.
Hey, do you guys remember when you lost a lot of loved ones weeks back due to the asteroid that I warned no one about?
Man, was I prepped for that one.
Yeah, I was good. I was good to go. I had my dirt up, my wood resting against the dirt. Had my comfy couch, my ice chest.
You had your above ground bunkers.
Yeah. All the gasoline a guy could drink.
I mean, no.
What?
I would argue that it's way more gasoline than a guy could drink because you would die before you consumed all that gasoline.
Are you not supposed to drink gasoline?
Well, wait a minute, is it gasoline or is this some kind of soft drink brand I've never heard of that's local to you?
No, it's fuel.
That you pump and put in gas cans and then barrels? Well, it's fuel.
Were you not listening? Were you not listening to anything I said?
So it's petrol is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I'm no longer a doctor, so I don't know what advancements have come along since I left practice, but the last I checked, you're not supposed to drink petrol or fuel or gasoline or anything like that. And if you were going to drink it, why are you keeping it in a separate bunker from where your food is and your sweet couch?
Like I said, I didn't think this through entirely. I have some things to work on.
Which Cosmo had the asteroid? You said you were studying the cosmos, but which one of them had the asteroid in it?
The cosmos.
But if it's plural, it's suggesting that it's more than one Cosmo. So which Cosmo had the asteroid in it?
It's a cosmos. It's like a pair of jeans. It's one thing.
So okay, so is that when you do reverse cosmosis? Is that how you get that really pure drinking water? Space water.
It's where you get super pure space water.
Super pure space water is through the process of reverse cosmosis, right?
Yeah, and as I'm drowning you in it, nobody can hear you scream.
Yeah, because there's no sound in space.
Yeah, because space water is a vacuum.
So
Sean, what have you been doing?
That's a good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. What have I been doing? I've been doing about a page worth of stuff. Some things double spaced and some things single spaced. So I'll just get into it. Let's see.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait, is this going to be about my real life? The other day I found myself in a small basement. I have always hated small basements with all of their ropes and featureless hats. They are a place where I always feel angry. I have always considered myself to be an arrogant, sinister whiskey drinker with feathery nipples and chubby lips. Is this about me?
You tell me, Sean. This is your bad news.
Did you come up with something that isn't an exaggeration? Even if my friends...
hold on. Stop for a second. You're asking me...
Even if my friends see me as a kind, sleazy rogue, always reminding me of the time I made a cup of tea for a pleasant baby. I walked over to the window and reflected on my large surroundings. The moon was shining bright, and I was forced to put on my moon glasses. Yeah, with my glass of space water in hand.
No,
through the window. Oh, space whiskey. Sorry. Through the window, I saw something in the distance, or rather, someone. I saw something in the someone. Anyway,
no, you saw something in the distance, or rather, someone.
Or rather, I know. It was the figure of my next victim. He was a cowardly do-gooder with moist fingers and skinny eyelashes. I took a deep breath and gulped at the same time. I was not prepared for my victim. This is odd. As I stepped outside and my victim came closer, I could see the gentle smile on his face. I am here because I really want to zig a zig. Come on. He bellowed in a brutal tone. He slammed his fist against my upstairs with the force of 4,116 or 167 hamsters. I friggin' hate you, Sean. Oh, okay. I looked back, even more angry, and still fingering the featureless hat and had taken from the basement. Maybe the fingerless hat I had taken from the basement?
You may have... Yeah, there may be a typo there.
Yeah. I'll just read it the way I think it should be. I looked back, even more angry, and still fingering the featureless hat I had taken from the basement. I'm going to slam your body down and wind it all around, I replied. Suddenly, he lunged forward and tried to punch me in the face. My 16th best feature. I love my face. Quickly, I took the featureless hat and brought it down upon his skull. His moist fingers trembled. His skinny eyelashes wobbled. He looked pale. His body raw like my inner thighs on a long, hot nature walk that I didn't really want to go on. But I felt bad because I always say I'm going to go, but I just canceled at the last minute, never really having any intention on joining. He let out an agonizing groan and collapsed onto the ground. Moments later, my victim was finally truly awarded his title. I went back inside and made himself a nice glass of whiskey, pressed the glass against my chubby lips, and scratched out one line from my to-do list. Yeah. And then I retired back to my tiny basement to reflect on my large surround. Why do I have large surroundings in a tiny basement?
Yep.
So,
So I'm curious if your face, if your face is your 16th best feature, what are your first 15 best features?
The feathers around my nipples.
Okay.
I have 15 of them.
15 feathers or 15 nipples?
Feathers. So
okay.
I count them. I rank them individually. I mean, if I was going to put it all into one, I could just say that my plumage is my best feature.
Okay.
And then my second best feature is my face. But I mean, some of the feathers are, they got some of the feather strands missing, and some of the long stick parts are bent. I don't know what the parts of a feather are called. And
yep, strands and long stick parts.
The strands are missing.
Yeah.
And the long stick parts are bent on some of them. Some of them are like female feathers, so they're brown and dull and boring looking. And some of them are male feathers, and they're very colorful and exciting and attractive. So they're not all the same. So I don't think of them all equally as like great.
Yeah. But still, the dull ones are better than your face.
Yes. As far as features go.
Okay.
I mean, my face is way more useful than the feathers are. So if we're going off of usefulness and functionality, my face is like it's up there. I mean, my feet rank higher than that as far as usefulness go.
Right. I like how you picked feet before hands.
Well, I mean, I can do pretty much anything that I can do with my feet I can do pretty much anything that I can already do with my hands, I could do with my feet. And I can also walk with my feet, which I can't do with my hands. So that's why they're above hands, even though physically they're below hands. If I could walk on my hands, my feet would physically be above my hands, but ranked below my hands. But since I can't, they are physically below my hands, but ranked above them. Does that make sense?
I followed you the entire time, yet still disagree with you.
Well,
hands, you can't do almost everything with your feet that you can do with your hands.
Well,
there is no way.
Okay, you have to base this on, this is all relative, right?
Base it on reality? Okay, let's go.
No. It's all relative. It's all based on how many things you do with your own hands. I don't do much with my hands. So it's easy for my feet to keep up with my hands' productivity and whatever, It's easy to keep up with the Joneses, as they say. Now, if you do a lot of things, like if you play piano, you're not going to do that with your feet. I don't play instruments. I don't do a lot of things intricately with my hands. So it's not hard for my hands and my feet to be on a level playing field when it comes to completing tasks that are necessary for me to live my life. So I'm not really.
So when you work Monday,
yeah,
I want you to do your entire job with your feet, because according to you, your feet and your hands are on a level playing field. I want you to work your whole day feet only.
Okay. I might take Monday off.
Unrelated.
Unrelated. I might just take one day off because I can, and I just want a day off sometimes. But yeah, I'll get back to you on that. I suppose I haven't really tested that yet.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could. It would probably be pretty difficult to type with your feet, right? Using a mouse is one thing.
It'd be difficult to type quickly. Like, I think you could eventually get decent at, just doing the two-toe typing.
So, what do they call it? Hunting and pecking or whatever?
Yeah.
When you
could
do
probably get okay at that. But as far as doing, ASDF placements
the home
with your
row
toes,
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, doing the home row with your,
I have an idea. I
don't think that
I have
work.
a fix. I have a fix. It's gonna make some of my email responses a little awkward and weird, but there's a program that we use called Type It In where you can have a pre-typed out response that you want to put in somewhere, and you can even put tabs in and have different other keys get pressed on the keyboard, so that let's say you even need to fill out like an online form, you can say this text goes here, and then it hits tab 3 times, so it goes to the next box you want to put stuff in, and it can fill out a whole thing if you preset it the right way. So I'm just gonna, at the beginning of the day, I'm gonna come up with the most generic, general type of response that would fit most situations at my job. Slowly type that into Type It In, and
with
have
your
that
feet
saved with my feet. So no matter what anyone emails me throughout the whole day, I'm just going to click that as my response and hit send. And I think, I might get more work done than on a normal day if I do that.
Interesting.
So challenge accepted. You Snoopy doof.
Challenge 2.
Oh no.
Eat a bowl of cereal.
I don't eat cereal.
That's not what I said.
I might
Challenge
take Monday
2
off.
is eat. So Sean, you said you had a game for us to play today?
Yeah. So this is going to be
segue.
Yeah, it's game time. It's game time. We're going to maybe have game music. I don't know. So anyway, no game. Okay. So I made up a game. There's going to be 15 questions for you to answer.
Okay.
The game is called Bury the Truth. Okay.
Is this an actual game or is that what you call it?
I call it. I made this up. It's called Bury the Truth. And it's called Bury the Truth because there's a list of 15 facts.
Okay.
And the facts that I'm going to read off to you are either about Barry Manilow, Barry Bonds, or Barry White. And you have to guess what the fact, who the fact is about.
I hate this and love this all at the same time.
So
stupid.
Now, obviously, Barry White and Barry Manilow are known for their musical careers, and Barry Bonds was a baseball player.
Yeah.
So I made sure I didn't put in any facts that were about their careers, really. It was more about early childhood and personal lives type of stuff. So it can be universal, If I say, this Barry won the 19 whatever World Series, you're going to, well, that's Barry Bonds. There's no dead giveaways like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you ready to play Bury the Truth?
Let's do it.
At first, I was going to call it Buried Alive, but Bury the Truth makes more sense.
Yeah.
I guess, because it's like you're figuring out the truth of... Okay. So, the first one. This Barry was born on December 13th.
Jesus Christ, that's so vague.
Is that... Well, if I gave a year...
Yeah, so you clearly kept the year out on purpose. Just December 13th. Okay. So I have a 33% chance of getting this right.
Right. I'm going to note down...
December 13th.
I'm going to note down your guesses as you give them, so I'll know. I'll keep track of it that way.
Oh,
do you want to know...
I just realized I'm going to have to put dings and bells and buzzes into this damn episode again. Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to. Do you want to know each answer? Like, you got that one right or wrong, or do you want to wait till the end and I'll just say you got this one wrong or this one? Do you want to find out if you're right or wrong as we go?
Yeah, as we go.
Okay. So, this Barry was born on December 13th.
Barry Bonds.
Ooh, let me type Barry Bonds. That, my friend, is incorrect. Okay, next question.
I feel like you may have given me a quiz that I will get everything wrong on.
We'll see.
The odds are against me.
So the answer is not Barry Bonds. Okay. This Barry was born in West Plains, Missouri.
Barry Manilow.
Ooh, Barry Manilow.
You could just put...
go
ahead.
What?
You don't have to type out their full name every time. You could literally just put a B, M, or a W. Because they all have different...
B, B, M, or BW?
Yeah.
You're right, I could do that.
I'm going to start guessing BM for every answer.
Yeah. That is correct.
Wow.
Barry Manilow, West Plains, Missouri. Okay.
Against all odds.
Next, this Barry grew up in Danville, Illinois. This Barry grew up in Danville, Illinois. You should know this. You live in Chicago.
Yep. And when you move here, you have to take a citizenship test.
You learn
You gotta
everything,
learn everything about every Barry that lived here throughout history. Barry Bonds.
BB. That is correct.
Yay!
I am shocked.
Did you tell me what the answer for the first one was? Because I
No.
guessed. Okay.
You guessed Barry Bonds. You guessed Barry Bonds. The answer was Barry White.
Okay.
I did not tell you the answer. I just told you that you were not correct.
That's true.
Okay, next. This is number 4. This Barry's mother's name is Hazel Victoria. Barry the truth. Barry the truth. Bury the truth. Bury the truth.
Barry Manilow?
He's gonna bury the truth. A big BM is the guess on that one. A big pile of BM, and that is not correct. I'm sorry. Barry Manilow's mother's name is not Hazel Victoria. That is the mother of Barry White.
I was almost going to say Barry White.
Oh, so far
Darn.
you have not. So far you have not guessed Barry White, and you've
True.
So you've alternated between Barry Bonds and Barry Manilow.
So
I'm
my logic
curious about a
behind
strategy here.
Yeah, my logic behind not picking Barry White that time was because Barry White was the first answer, then it was Bonds, Manilow, and then I figured you wouldn't go White again. Yeah.
So you think there's some?
I thought you would.
You think there's?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one you might you might get this one. I think you're going to get this one. Okay, this
He's
Barry.
White.
Oh, what? Yeah. This
He is
Barry.
Caucasian.
Even though his last name is not White, he is Caucasian. This Barry used to teach Sunday school in the Presbyterian Church.
I'm gonna guess Manilow again.
BM. That is also correct. This is surprising. You're getting more of these right than I thought.
I agree.
Okay. Let's make sure that this doesn't continue. All right, so that was question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on number 6 out of, I think it's 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready for the next Barry?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This Barry was denied enlistment in the Air Force for being underweight.
Barry White.
BW. That is incorrect.
It's Barry Bonds.
It is Barry Bonds.
Yep.
Cool.
That'd
Are
be,
you going against?
I thought it was.
Are you going against your gut?
No. Well, I thought it might have been a trick question because Barry White was a very large man, so I thought it would have been like, "Hey, here's an interesting fact. He was
sure. No,
underweight
I was wondering.
And couldn't go. Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if you were going to think that route as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This Barry didn't receive their high school diploma until 2004. So they did not initially. They dropped out of school.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in life, after their career was well established, they went back to get their high school diploma.
Yeah.
In 2004.
Barry Manilow.
Barry the truth. The answer is Barry Manilow.
Yeah. Barry White kind of got ruled out on that one.
Why did he pass away before that?
I could be completely wrong, but
I don't know.
I thought so.
You could be right. I don't know. I didn't look at that.
In my head, I assumed so. So I therefore just ruled him out. And if he didn't, if he hadn't died before that, I apologize to nobody that's listening to this because nobody else will care.
Barry White. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Ooh, July 4th, 2003. You are correct.
Okay.
He died the previous year.
Okay, so my instincts were correct, and it gave me
There
a
you go.
50-50 shot.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's how you win these games.
I think I'm very confident that you will get this one right. This Barry has voiced himself in an episode of an animated series.
Barry Bonds.
Oh, he guessed BB.
Oh wait, no. Now I'm thinking
Surely.
I'm thinking it's Barry Manilow.
Oh my gosh, dude! Surely you do not remember the Whacking Day episode of The Simpsons, which featured Barry White as a guest.
I never watched The Simpsons.
Oh, he sang a very sultry, sensual song at the end, and it made people think twice and decide not to hit the snakes with the little mallets anymore to kill them.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what Whacking Day is?
I'm familiar with the episode, but
But do you know what like Whacking Day was? Like the tradition of Whacking Day? Yeah, on the show. It's completely made up on the show.
Yeah, they would release a bunch of snakes and then kill them. Basically.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the episode, but I wasn't somebody who watched The Simpsons a lot, so it wasn't something that was ingrained in my brain.
You know what? Before I get people correcting me, I remember just now, it wasn't that he sang to get people to change their minds about the snakes. They used him because his voice was so deep, and they knew that snakes responded to vibration, so they put a bunch of speakers down on the ground, like facing down, and then he sang so that the snakes would hear this vibrating, the vibration of his voice, and then all leave to save the snakes. So they left town so that people wouldn't kill them. So you Simpsons nerds, don't come after me saying I got it wrong about Whacking Day.
Yeah, you can come after me because I don't watch The Simpsons.
Yeah. All right. So that was also an incorrect. You guessed Barry Bonds, and then you thought, no, it was Barry Manilow. But turns out.
Yeah.
Okay. This Barry was an admitted alcoholic for 25 years before cleaning up.
I think that I want to say that's Barry Manilow.
That'd be BM. That is incorrect. The answer is Barry White again. I did two Barry Whites in a row. Mm-hmm. There's no rhyme or reason to this whatsoever.
Again, I thought it was another one of those ones that was like, hey, crazy fact about this person. Right. So now I've just accused Barry Manilow of being alcoholic.
You cannot go out. You can't play this game with some sort of Rochambeau-esque strategy to try to predict what my next move is going to be.
So far it's failing to me both times. So
I'm all over the place. Okay, next. So hold on. This is 1, 2. I should have numbered these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is number 10. So after this one, there's 5 left. We're about 2/3 into the game.
Math.
Yeah. So this Barry guest starred on an episode of The Golden Girls in 1989.
Sounds like I'm just gonna say Barry Manilow for every freaking answer. But Barry Manilow makes the most sense to me.
Why?
It seems like more of a Golden Girls
type of
he would fit better on the Golden Girls than the other two.
Why?
Because it was the Golden Girls, Sean. They were a bunch of old women that probably liked Barry Manilow music.
They could like Barry White music.
Are you trying to persuade me to change my answer?
No.
Okay. I'm going with Barry Manilow.
Oh, good, because the answer is Barry Manilow.
Yeah, so you were trying to get me to change my damn answer.
Bury the truth. Okay, this is question number 11. This Barry has 4 children and 7 grandchildren. Bury the truth.
I'm going to assume Barry White.
Bury the truth. His guess was Barry White. His answer is Barry White.
Yeah. He just seemed
my
like
answer,
one that was the oldest that would have grandchildren.
My answer is also Barry White. I was hoping you were going to get this. I got to come up with a harder game next time.
So you literally trying every time you do a game, you want me to?
Well, I mean, it's kind of. I mean, isn't it more interesting?
It's probably more entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this just sounds like you are very well versed in all these 3 berries. Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
This one's going to get you real good. This Barry has a son named Barry.
Barry Bonds.
Bury the truth. The guess was Barry Bonds, and the answer was also Barry Bonds. This sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you.
That one I kind of felt like I knew.
Okay, so this next one is, maybe I should save it for the last one, because it's kind of the most crazy fact out of all of them. Should I move it to the end?
Yeah, swap it around.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna paste that one at the end there. So the next one, this Barry's son, Chris, was district attorney for Marion County, Oregon.
Barry White. I don't know.
Let me put down your guess of BW for Barry White. The answer is Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. Ba-da-ba-bow. Barry the truth. Okay, 2 more to go, Matt. How confident are you?
I mean, as confident as I was at the start.
You don't feel like you're, you have, it doesn't look like you're tense, like you have anything at stake here.
That would be correct.
Okay. Maybe we need to have some kind of enthusiasm-inducing prize or something that would make you like actually excited about doing this.
I have 0 to gain or lose from this situation.
Okay. Well, you could lose. You could lose credibility and pride, and you could lose, confidence. You could lose, a lot of things.
It's hard to lose. Anyway, it's hard to lose things you don't have, Sean.
Okay. Just ask Barry. Okay. Number 14 out of 15. This Barry's mother was religious, and he first considered a career in ministry.
Barry Manilow.
His guess is Barry Manilow. And he's not liking that guess.
Yeah, I'm second guessing myself now.
Do you want to change your guess?
No, just go with it.
Okay. The answer is Barry White.
Yep, that's what I was thinking afterwards.
Toodle-oo. Okay, this is the final, and this one is gonna blow your brain. This Barry was rescued from their car by a passerby after the car had caught fire. The car had burnt down to the frame, but they weren't injured. Barry the truth.
I'm sticking with my Barry Manilow. It got me a couple right answers.
Well, I mean, it's bound to.
Right.
Barry Manilow is your guess. And the answer is a Barry Manilow. Woo!
Nice. Barry Manilow for the win!
Okay. I kind of forgot to keep track of how many you got right, but I think it was a good 70% or something. It was pretty impressive.
I mean, I had a 33% chance.
Right. So this episode is interesting because in real time, for everyone out there, is this episode like number 13 or something, Matt?
Yep.
So this is our 13th episode that we have recorded, but in real time, yesterday we finally announced that our episodes are finally going to be posting and be listenable to anyone out there that wants to. So it's kind of a cool time. We're waiting for our first episode to go out this coming Tuesday, the 26th.
Yeah, Tuesday
of January.
For us.
Yeah. So
who knows when for you?
Right. So we're going to be, it's going to seem weird to anyone that's listening once you get to episode 13 when we finally start maybe regularly reminding people to check us out on Twitter or follow us on Twitter and Instagram and a Facebook page, all under HS Famous Pod. And our email address is highschoolfamous@gmail.com. If you have any comments or feedback on anything that we've heard or that you've heard so far, we'd love to hear it. If you have any other suggestions for us that you want us to talk about, or if you're anybody that we know that has a interesting story that you want us to tell, or if you want to express any interest in coming on as a guest and whatever, we'd love to hear it all. We'd love your feedback. It's all good. So we're excited to start finally getting some feedback in, because this has kind of been in a vacuum up until now. Yeah,
we've heard a little bit of people have commented a little bit on a few things here and there, and
I don't know. Did you want to like get into any of that this right now or no? Because I saw a couple people commenting on some groups.
Yeah,
I had a question. If you want to get into it, I have a question. When you asked for anyone to tell any funny memories or stories about us, and someone hold on, who is it? Aaron said, "How about the class where you taught us about soaping? Then we went outside and you let me try, and I almost died."
Yep.
Was that just you, or was I involved in that at all?
Yeah,
okay.
You were involved with that, and Ed, and we had to do like some presentations or whatever, and so we did a presentation about soaping.
Was this? And then we
brought in a rail and everything.
We did,
because remember Ed had that Yeah, Ed had that long, low rail that he had in his driveway.
I have absolutely zero memory of ever doing this.
Yeah, I only remembered based on that comment.
Do you remember what class was it? Do you know?
I don't recall what the class was.
Wow. Yeah, this seems, I mean, my memory is weird. For anyone that doesn't know, I have a really hard time pulling anything from my past on my own, but if someone will remind me of something that I did in the past, I'll go, oh yeah, now I remember that. That was fun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So usually if I'm reminded about something that I did before, I'll then be able to sort of recall it. But I have there's nothing that's coming to me about this. Ever demonstrating soaping in class. So that Aaron guy went up like in class and did it? Because he said something about going outside.
I don't remember if we went outside, but we went outside the classroom. It was one of those classrooms where it had like kind of that big middle open room, and then the 4 classrooms were attached off. It was kind of like down by where like the math area was and stuff.
Right.
So it was over there. So we set up the rail inside. I know we set up a rail inside that big open room.
Okay.
And I guess we let Aaron try, and he almost killed himself apparently.
For those who don't know what soaping is, it was called freestyle walking because they were just shoes that had these plastic grind plates on the bottoms of them, and you could slide on rails or ledges that are waxed up. It's kind of like skateboarding or rollerblading, only just with your shoes. And a popular term for this was called soaping, just because one of the more popular brands of shoe that came out that had these was called Soap. So there were others that had grind plates on them, but soaping was just probably maybe the first that came out.
Possibly, yeah. They were the most popular brand.
I remember there was, I think it was Solomon or something. There was some shoe where it had, it also had a groove going the long way down the bottom of the shoe too, so you could do different kind of tricks. But yeah, we soaped a lot. I remember making a couple soaping videos with Josh Eastman.
Yep.
And it was just another excuse to sort of slyly get in some cool tricks like that, because no one's going to really suspect you're going to do something like that with you just wearing your shoes. You had did you have just a few pair, or did you just have one pair of soaps? I don't remember how long
I only
we all did this.
I only ever had one pair.
I remember getting my very first pair, and I got my very first pair, and I don't remember if we were going to be going skating too, or whatever the case was, but I took them off for whatever reason, and I think I put on some skates because I think we were going to go skating around town. And I ended up leaving my shoes there, and they were pretty new. And it was my first pair of soap shoes. And when I realized I left them wherever I did, I think it was on one of the concrete benches by the high school or something, or one of the schools. I went back there and they were gone. Yeah. So not long after I bought my very first pair, I had to go buy a second pair, and it sucked.
Yeah, there was lots of soaping, and then there was also a comment about all the epic games of hacky sack that we had played.
Yeah. That was so awesome.
Yeah. So there was definitely a lot of hacky sacking in, late 90s, early 2000s.
I put a lot of energy into very useless things. Like,
you were big into being the yo-yo guy for a while.
Well, that was not just me. That was Tony Fro and myself, I believe, were the two people, and maybe Josh Eastman too, I think we were kind of the trio that tried to be the guys that had yo-yos around school.
Right.
It was pretty stupid. But during that time, I, for the very first time ever, did stuff with the yo-yo, like walk the dog and rock the cradle or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And like, I never did tricks with a yo-yo, but I, for some reason, got into yo-yoing pretty heavy that time and learned some cool yo-yo tricks. How proficient are you with a yo-yo?
I probably have not touched a yo-yo since then.
Did you get in on the yo-yo action?
No, I think I played with like your yo-yos every once in a while. That's not a sexual thing.
Right, because guys only have one yo-yo.
Right, because women have two?
I don't know.
Guys have a yo and girls have yo-yos.
Girls,
is that what you've been teaching your son?
Well, I've heard that it's pretty easy for girls to have multiple yo-yos.
Okay.
You can leave that one alone.
Yeah. Nobody
man,
nobody wants to know what was rattling around in my brain.
I forgot to challenge you about something. I was talking to our friend Pokey before, and I accidentally was saying something, and I ended up saying some song lyrics, like completely unintentionally, and it was just what I was naturally saying. And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad you used Dave Matthews lyrics when you said that." I'm like, "What?" And he pointed out that I said the space between when I was describing something. So then he challenged me throughout the rest of the conversation to casually and where it fit, just launch in some more Dave Matthews lyrics as part of my conversation.
Oh,
so
that would be fun to do.
I know. I told him I was going to challenge you to do something like that. So we should do that one time where we pick an artist.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So we both pick the same song. So we'll both have a song and be like, this is the song of this episode. And then we each would have the list of the lyrics. And then we both just tried as much as we could, as casual as possible.
Yeah. As
try
casual
to use a lyric from that song.
Right. And as appropriate as possible, because you could just respond with a lyric that makes no sense to what.
Yeah, it's got to be appropriate to the conversation, but you got to try to fit in the song lyric.
Yeah. I'm gonna write
that
this
could be
down.
a fun new game. Yeah. All right, so we've got bad news, and we've got the song lyric challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We're not going to do that this time, but we will do it.
No, but now we know. But no, I mean, next time we'll play. I'm going to challenge Sean to a game called Bury the Truth, where he'll have to know about facts. He'll have to pick out the fact that either has to do with the strawberry, the raspberry, or the blackberry.
You could go further. What about the cranberry?
The cranberry.
And the boysenberry. And the schnozberry.
Right.
Or is it snozberry or schnozberry?
I think it's snoz.
Snozberry.
I believe. But I was just thinking too, when you gave me those three berry options, I was just like, oh, there's so many other berry celebrities we could do this with, like Barry Gibb.
When I tried to search famous berries, I want to say he might have been the top.
Yeah, Barry Sanders.
The top one. Oh yeah, Barry. I think I saw his name too.
I'm sure there's others I can't think of now. Barrymore, Drew.
If you're not listing them, there are others that you're not thinking of.
Right. Yeah, that's how it works.
I can't. I don't know. I'm not going to try to think of other berries right now.
Yeah.
I know. Did you
ever figure out how many answers I actually got correct?
Oh, hold on.
I'm sure the listeners are clamoring at, but wait. Even though they could easily just go back and listen if they really wanted to.
How about this? I'll look at it, and then at the end of the episode, I will reveal.
Okay.
So I guess you let me know when we're about to be done, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't know if we have much more else to say here. Obviously, if you are liking what you're hearing, check us out. HS Famous Pod on Twitter and Instagram. High School Famous on Facebook and highschoolfamous@gmail.com if you want to shoot us an email. Also, any suggestions or ideas or, something you hate that we're doing, something you love that we're doing, let us know.
And I know that it helps wherever you're listening to this if you rate it and
there's that too.
Even if you want to give a review, I think those kind of things will help boost us in our it'll make it more likely that we'll show up in a search or we'll show up in a you might also like type of a algorithm formatted thing where we'll just kind of show up more often if we're getting high ratings and reviews and stuff. So
and I think maybe at the point of you being able to listen to this, we may or may not have a Patreon. So check that out too. I'm sure that'll be searchable as High School Famous as well. At this point, we don't have it, but maybe by the time you're listening to this, we do. And if you like what you hear and you care to donate, we'd appreciate it. Just helps us keep this going and just makes everything better in the world and happier.
And that's what we need right now. Well, we always need that. We always need better, happy things.
True. Very true.
Okay, so are we done?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, so I've tabulated the answers, and I've got a final score for Matt's first game of Bury the Truth. Oh, when I highlight Barry and double click on it, a name comes up, Sir Charles Barry, born in 1795. Anyway, the grand total, the score You got 0 answers correct.
I'm just waiting for the real answer.
The answer is 0. And the reason you got 0 answers correct is because every one of those facts is about Dick Van Dyke. None of those facts were about Barry Bonds, Barry White, or Barry Manilow.
So you were literally just arbitrarily saying correct and incorrect.
Yes. I buried the truth.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Thanks, everyone.
Please join us again next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
If you like us, we're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as HSFamousPod. Email us at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. If you really love us, consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/highschoolfamous. Remember, we love you and want to have your babies.